In this video, I will show you another key aspect of mathematics that you must know if you want to be very excellent in mathematics and you want to know what your teacher is teaching in class, the processes. Apart from the video I posted before that has to do with multiplication and division, I have another video on algebra. If you are able to know this one, what is happening, the process of calculation, you will easily flow along. Before I will talk about this, I will just give you number line just to explain what I am talking about. Just to explain what I am talking about. So, as you can see on the board, what you are seeing here is number line, showing us different number increasing as it goes toward your right and decreasing as it goes toward your left. The numbers are decreasing like this, telling us that 0 is bigger than minus 1 is bigger than minus 2 is bigger than minus 3, so on and so forth like that. That is how we go. We see that the difference is very clearly spelled out here. Another thing you will take note of here is that in this number line, you will see that a number that carries minus sign is completely different from the one that does not have minus sign. For some students who will be arguing that, oh, I have 3, since my answer is 3, even if the answer is minus 3, after all, it's 3 is there. No, what you are seeing there, minus 3 is quite different from what? 3. So that's the reason why we don't play with the numbers with their signs to know the actual number, the number you are talking about. I will progress with my calculation, teaching you how to make use of all of this. Before I will continue, I want to sound a note of warning for so many students who do not know that when we write 1, 2, 3, 4, as we go on and on to infinity, the meaning of this is simply plus 1. It also means plus 2. It also means plus 3. It also means plus 4, on and on like that. So, in a nutshell, what we are saying is that when you see that a number does not carry any sign in front of it, it is carrying invisible plus. You don't need anybody to tell you that. That is how it is. It carries invisible plus. So you don't wait for anybody to tell you that, oh, this one is plus 1, this one is plus 2. This is exactly what you must know. I will start with some examples on how to manage this. The first thing I want to say is, just like we talked about the minus sign and the number that has plus, just understand that when you are adding and subtracting numbers, I have a very good method I can recommend for you, which I call the market approach. The market approach, this is exactly what I'm talking about. For instance, if all the numbers that has a negative sign is what I am owing. When I'm saying I'm owing, just realize that it's carrying negative sign, but the one that has positive sign is what I am having. I could be owing more than 1, I could be owing more than 2, I could be having more than 1 as well. So I'm going to illustrate that in calculations. Example 1. Example 1, minus 5 plus 7. Don't forget, I'm owing 5 because the sign of 5 is minus, the sign of 7 is plus. Don't forget that. It always comes before the number. Now I'm owing 5, I'm having 7. So if I had what I am having and what I am owing, if I pay from this, you will discover that at the end of the day, I'm still having leftover of 2. So it becomes 2 or plus 2. it becomes plus 2 or 2. Then we also have other examples like this. Let me say minus 7. Let me change it this time around. 5. In a question like this, it's very simple. You will know that I'm going 7 at this time and I'm having 5 at this time. So when I pay what I'm having, you see that I'm still going. What I'm going is 2, so it becomes minus 2. If I want to use it with alphabet, like let me just the first one, let me use it with alphabet. Most people don't know that we can collect like terms when they are having the same alphabet and we add and subtract accordingly. Okay, let me do this one. Let me say minus 5 y then plus 7y. Because they're having something in common, similar, it's like terms. They're having like terms. So just the same way I have it there, it's going to be what? Plus 2y. They have something in common. So these are some of the things that you see in mathematics sometimes. You need to be looking and see. It's very difficult, but these are just what they're talking about. Minus 7x plus 5x. It gives us minus 2x for what you can see there. Let me give you other examples. Like, okay, this one, let me just stop here. This is another aspect. Okay, let me now talk about other examples that have to do with more than when a question is having more than one minus sign. Example 3. Let me assume I'm having minus 7 plus 5 minus 3 plus 4. So for what you are seeing here, the first thing we are going to do is like we are collecting like terms. The one in terms of sign. If you notice here, 7 is carrying minus sign, 3 is carrying minus sign. And then whenever we have something like this in calculation, the first thing is we will assume. Let me clean this one. I'll actually go to what I'm talking about first. I actually made a mistake there. It's the same thing. I will bring the question up again, but I want to come in the order which you understand. The first thing I want to talk about is when the numbers you are dealing with, all of them are carrying minus sign. Whenever you see a question like that, I will come back to what the one I cleaned just now. For example, I'm having minus 5, minus 7, minus 5. The implication of this is that I am going 7, I'm also going 5. If I put everything I'm going all together, it's going to give me minus 12. I'm going 5, I'm going 7. Put all what I'm going all together. So if I want to put them, use the numbers with alphabets, let me say minus 7a, minus 5a. That will give us minus 12a. This is what you must know. This was what I did not teach that made me to clean that example just now. So I'm going back to that example. I will go back to that example now, but this is exactly what I wanted to see. When you are having the numbers, more than one numbers, it's having minus sign. It's like you are adding all the weighable, what you are weighing all together, and you put them together. So, example 4, I'm going to do the minus 7 plus 5 minus 3 plus 4. Now, like I said, now we can work on this. Minus 3, you bring them together, minus 7, minus 3. Then you now have plus 5 plus 4. Can you see that? So when we do that, what we arrive at, I'm going 7, I'm going 3. You put all what I'm going all together, I'm going to have minus 10. But what I'm going all together, I'm going to have, what I'm having together here, I'm having 5, I'm also having 4. I'm going to have what? 9. So going by what we started with, I am going 10 and I'm having 9. At the end of the day, I'm going to be going 1. So it's going to be what? Minus 1. I'm going to be weighing 1. It's going to be minus 1. This is not all we have in algebra that has to do with this minus sign and plus sign. We still have the aspect of multiplication and division. I will post that in another video. So you follow up so that you know the details of all of this. I must assure you that if you want to know mathematics, what is happening in calculations, if you don't know this, you may just be deceiving yourself by telling yourself that you know what you are doing. Even if they are giving you A in your school or wherever you are, you think that maybe you don't know this thing too well, what you are seeing there on the board. You're always deceiving yourself. I think you're having a best platform now to make sure you understand it very well so that whenever you are calculating or your teacher is teaching you in class, you get a perfect knowledge of what is happening there. You see that in our next video, the one that has to do with multiplication, that has to do with division. I will include that in our next video, still on algebra. Thank you very much.